everyone, Mark Hack, Macomb County Executive. I'm here with Kevin Hansen. I got to tell you, Hansen's Running Shop I've known for a long time. Kind of as an amateur runner myself and getting into some of those races over the years, I've come to realize, boy, I tell you, the organization you have, not just selling shoes and running supplies and everything else, but the work you do with people, training them, getting them ready for races, and really just getting to understand and enjoy what running can do for you on the health side. But even some of the stuff you do competitively with the schools and other runners.
Ooh, thanks. Thanks, Mark.
Heck of a job.
Truthfully, we get a lot of credit for doing what we enjoy. You know, somebody said to me before, it's like coming out of a movie and somebody says to you, hey, thanks for going to the movie. You go, what are you talking about? I did it because that's what I wanted to do. It's the same thing with our business. Our business is something that's really our passion, and so we enjoy it. So it goes pretty quick.
And it's a household, reputable name around the entire, I got to say, probably around Michigan. People really know who the Hansens Group are. And kind of the reason why we're here at Freedom Hill Park here in Macomb County. And the reason we're here is because we have talked about and we've kind of designed this 5K race course here. There's a lot of amenities to Freedom Hill. People know about, obviously, the theater that we have over here. Actually, it's the actual owners of that right now have turned that into quite a venue that is known throughout the entire region as well as throughout the state. And so this Freedom Hill Park that we have here, concert venue, and other things that people are able to do here is pretty exciting. But really, we looked at this is a unique setting for a 5K trail, and you've already done some work with folks within your company. Bob, he's done a great job with it, and the people from the county, and we're trying to get people to realize this is going to be a sanctioned course here in Macomb County for a lot of running events.
We're super excited about it. You know, like you say, people are well aware of, you know, of Freedom Hill itself and the great things that happen there. And you can see Freedom Hill just driving up Metro Parkway, and everybody knows exactly where it is. But what I don't think people are aware of is on the back side is the river. And there's a beautiful trail there, and you see wildlife and so on and so forth, and everything else that's you don't realize is just feet away from where Freedom Hill itself is.
And you've obviously, you know the running business, and you've been to a lot of courses, you know, probably throughout the country, and have seen them. There's not too many that are sanctioned courses that people can turn to and say, this is an established course, it's been here, we're using it for a lot of the high school races, and even some of the state tournaments that they might have. You know, we don't know of too many venues that are like that. But this is what we're going to try to create here. In fact, we're on our way to making that a reality.
I'm super excited about that. I really can't think of another venue like this in the state of Michigan for sure. There are some that I've seen outstate in other states, but here this will be totally unique, and we're super excited about that opportunity.
And with that, we already have it set out, the actual course itself, and you're going to be doing something with the high school races, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
they're allowing you to do that. The state is allowing you to do this.
Right, under the new
requirements,
exactly, and executive orders. We're taking it serious and jumping through all the hoops that they want us to jump through. But that's one of the huge advantages of this course is that it's so large and spread out and so on and so forth that we can follow all of those and still make an unbelievable course, and I still think you can get the home kind of feel to things even though it's a large venue. And so we're really excited. We have 2 meets. We have Hansen's Invitational that the store's putting on October 3rd that's going to be on this course, and then a week later, October 10th, Macomb County is going to run their County Invitational, which has been going on for, I can't even tell you how many years, probably 50 years.
So you're doing the test pilot for them.
We are
measuring it out. And again, the measuring that you do makes it so that it can be a sanctioned course, I guess. If
Absolutely.
There is such a terminology for that, where there's actual timed runs, and you have folks that are doing it for the Invitational. But then the following weekend, is that correct?
That's right.
But
October 10th.
They're going to be bringing their, I guess, runners here to compete on the countywide level.
Exactly. Decide all county athletes, county team of the year, county coach of the year, all those kind of things are decided, and will be decided right here this year for the first time.
And it's interesting because I've been around, and you'll see things, whether it's at, you know, if you go to Metro Beach or Stony Creek, they have it marked off. You can see, you know, the quarter miles as to, you know, how far you're going. Sometimes they'll put it on the pavement, sometimes they have the wood markers on the side or whatever. And even though they have a mapping to kind of give you an idea as you're looking at, okay, where this is going to take me to run this. We're planning on doing all of that right here. So not only is it going to be measured off, but you're going to have, and we're trying to do it with a half-mile markers, where people will be able to know as they're running this thing if they want to come out here and just practice, just for their own enjoyment, or if there's some kind of a significant event or tournament. Even some of the charity organizations that decide they want to do something for their organization or charities, we're going to be able to provide them something here in Macomb County that, like you said, not only meets the specific requirements of a 5K that's sanctioned, but also the incredible beauty that this offers in running a 5K race as opposed to just running on a street around the neighborhoods and coming back to a certain location.
And that gets back to the uniqueness, Mark, that you were talking about before, is the fact that we're going to have these permanent marks on a cross-country course. All of the places that you've mentioned in seeing those marks and so on and so forth have been on bike trails or so on and so forth. It won't be on that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about doing it on grass, hills. There's actually a real nice hill on the backside, not Freedom Hill itself, but there's another real nice hill on the backside that that makes it honest cross country.
We'll call it the Hanson Hill. So that'd be the challenging hill right there. So, but again, it's going to be, we're going to take everybody kind of on a quick little tour of this thing. We're going to go to follow one of the runners around the course, and we'll be able to see that hill as well as the other, I guess, beautiful sights that we're going to be able to see as we run this thing. So what is the starting point? This is actually where the race will start. We're going to follow Bob. Bob's actually the runner here. He's the younger of us, and we're following him out as you can see what a runner is actually seeing and the perspective that they're getting as we go through this course. But to face it, as a runner, it's a great distraction as you're running as opposed to worrying about that person in front of you, you're breathing and everything else. You start to see nature and things that are going on. It gives you that sense of why you're out here to begin with.
It's funny you say that, because like 5,000 meters on a track is 12.5 laps, and that seems like incredibly monotonous. But out here, same distance, but you don't see the same stuff.
So we've done that. I mean, you've done that yourself. I mean, having to run on a track and you're trying to time yourself and you're trying to get there. It's like, that's a challenge. It really is, because you're just going around it and you're counting off the number of laps. But being out here, it's almost like, the miles go by or the half miles go by and you don't even realize it. It's almost by the time you're done, you're like, man, I'm going to do that again. It was almost enjoyable. So it kind of, that distraction, I think, adds to, the nature of what we're seeing out here. So we're excited. We're excited to be partnering with Hanson's to create this. This is going to be, without question, a competitive course that is going to be, again, I say sanctioned by Hanson's. They're the ones that are partnering with us, and like they do with golf courses. Arnold Palmer's name is attached to the golf course. Everybody says that's got to be a great course. Well, we know that that's what's going to happen here because we've been working with Hanson's on this, and I think probably the most reputable running club anywhere in the entire country. I say that because being a little bit parochial, they're from Macomb County. I'm allowed to say that.
Well, thank you, Mark. Thanks. I think the one thing that especially with gyms closed and things like that, and people are searching for other opportunities, the one thing that I think people, most even avid runners, don't do enough cross country, because cross country has a little bit of uneven surface, and that helps all connective tissues and all of those kind of things that you don't get on a bike path, or you don't get on a track, or that you don't get on the roads or a sidewalk. It's kind of unique, and I think it helps overall fitness and overall strengthening and injury prevention as well.
And there's all types of terrain, whether it's going to be some of the blacktop, whether it's going to be the gravel, whether it's going to be the dirt, and or even some of the grassy areas. This is going to have every type of feature you can imagine here for those runners, but very safe. In other words, as you mentioned, sometimes some of those trails you go through have a lot of roots coming up from trees, and that could get dangerous, and you got to spray paint them off or whatever. We're going to try to eliminate all of that. But again, it's going to be quite a course that we're going to have here, and I think it's going to start to get recognized throughout the state as well as probably throughout the country after we get done with this. But again, it's already in place. They're going to be using this course coming up this October 3rd.
October 3rd is the first one. Yes.
And, that's pretty. That says a lot already. If they're willing to bring this invitational here and the county meets, they wouldn't go someplace if they didn't think it had that ability to really provide a unique setting for those types
Absolutely.
of runs.
So, nobody will step out here and not say, wow, that was awesome.
Yeah, so you can see as we're going through the various terrains that we're seeing in this video here, it really adds a tremendous value and flavor for a runner, in particular those that are going to be out here doing this cross country. And as you mentioned, cross country is far different than some of these other races with track and field.
Absolutely.
That's, I think, why I really like doing the 5K races, the various cross country races. I never ran cross country in high school, but after I graduated high school, I started getting into some of the races, and the ones that I really enjoyed were the ones that had varying terrains, like we're seeing here in this course.
We see that all the time in the stores. People that are kind of kick themselves as 20, 30, and 40-year-olds for why they didn't do it in high school because of the experiences they have as adults in the sport. So it's great.
And not that anybody would have to worry, but even if you just wanted to come out here, you're going to see the signage where it's going to show you exactly how this course is laid out. You can start at the start point. You're going to know exactly where you're at in the course as you're running through it. But you know, the safety of this. I mean, it's really a very safe neighborhood, very safe area. But again, bring a partner. You know, bring somebody to run with if you just want to, you know, do the course yourself and get out here.
Yeah, honestly, it's one of those that you would feel safe if you were here alone. But absolutely, bring somebody with you. I want you to bring somebody with you because I want more than one person to see this course.
Yeah, and when we get those half-mile markers in here, that's going to be good for those that are really trying to figure out how do they up their game, how do they become a better runner, and so they're going to do some speed work along the way on those half miles.
Absolutely.
I remember having to do those over at Dodge Park with you guys, and you invited me to come out and run that every once in a while. I'm thinking, I never added that to my running. I used to just do what they call junk miles, you know, just go run 4 miles and see how I did. But yeah, learning a little bit more about speed work was something I got from Hanson's, and it kind of helped me with being a little bit more competitive in some
Thanks,
of those
Mark.
races.
Thanks, Mark. We're still doing those. Tuesday night speed sessions, we're still doing those.
Yeah, I'll pass the word along to some others. So, but as you can see, it's an incredible course that we have laid out here, and with the support and the help that we're getting from the county workers to try to make sure it meets the criteria and the needs, you know, Hanson's is without question the company that's helping us design this course. And you know, their reputation, I think, far exceeds even the expectations we had of what we were looking at here in Macomb County. So, Kevin, you know, thank you to you and your brother, and,
well,
the company, and even Bob for taking us through this course here.
We appreciate that, but that's great, but at the same time, we deserve a portion of the credit for having maybe the brainchild, but truthfully, the county has stepped up in a big way to help make this a reality, because we couldn't do this without somebody saying, yeah, go ahead, yeah, go ahead, yeah, go ahead. And so we really appreciate what the county's done for us as well.
Yeah, there's very little limitations on this one as we're going forward. So you can see what it looks like now. Can you imagine where it's going to be shortly as we continue through this? So again, I just want to thank you for tuning in and remind you, get out there and enjoy life. Do some things that are health benefit wise. Running is one of those health benefits. If you like to do it, there's a chance that you can come out here to Freedom Hill and take a look at this course that we just laid out for you. In the meantime, remember to keep you and your family safe.